Come on, game. Give me the opportunity to save, because I don't trust you.
I am defeated? This cannot be! Father! Father!
The bracelets. Where did they go?
They disperse when their duty is done.
Then I guess this is goodbye.
Why? Why? Even with the power of the bracelets, why am I no match for you?
Perhaps you see it now. The path Sombron laid out for you was never the right one.
If I cannot carry out Father's wishes, then my existence serves no purpose. All my life I have sought to be valued, only to discover that I am truly worthless. I will never be like you.
You are not worthless. You are my irreplaceable twin brother. We are two halves of a whole.
Ridiculous. I already told you I am not nil.
I know.
Not nil? What does that mean?
I don't understand. What happened to the real Nil?
He died in battle 1,000 years ago. Shortly after Nell gave him her dragon stone. He wanted nothing more than to make his sister proud.
And who are you?
A fell dragon whose twin perished when I was too young to remember it. I was a lone child, with no abilities to distinguish me, surrounded by pairs of twins, until I met Nil. My mirror image. The resemblance between us was uncanny, and we discovered we had much else in common. We were inseparable for a time, and I was all too happy to have something like a real brother. He was my other half. That was how I felt, at least. But for him, there could be no replacement for Nell. When I found him, on the battlefield, breathing his last, his only thoughts were of her. He gave me her dragon stone, and said that he wished Nell would never have to grieve. For that reason, he asked me to take his place.
So you became Nil?
I made it appear as if I had been the one to die that day. In a way, I was. There would be no one to mourn my passing. Father would not even notice.
I'm having trouble believing all of this.
Believe it, I am an imposter. You should not hesitate to kill me. I brought this world to the brink of ruin. If you allow me to live, I will do it again. Let that be your reason, if nothing else. What say you, Nell?
I knew you were not Nil from the start.
Oh, come on.
What?
I have known about his death for a long time.
Then what was with the shocked face at the start of the chapter?
I saw through your ruse from the beginning. I simply chose not to confront you about it. You took his place for his sake, and for mine. That was an act of kindness. We may not have been born as twins, but I have always thought of you as my other half.
Then, you are a fool!
Say what you will. I speak the truth. You will recall how we visited the burial site at Elyos Castle to say our farewells. You may not have seen that I left a pressed flower there. It was Nil's. I was not saying goodbye only to the divine dragon that day.
You were saying it to Nil, too.
I carried that flower for a long time. I suppose part of me was unable to move on. Despite that, you became very dear to me. Your companionship saved me from loneliness and despair. I was happy to be a sister to you. I will always cherish our time together, even if you do not feel the same. Without you, I would never have been able to continue fighting all this time. I trusted you above all others, believed in you with all my heart. The only proof that we are not true twins is that I failed to sense your actual intentions.
Perhaps. I confess, I have longed to hear you say such things. They make fine parting words. Are you ready?
Yes.
Thank you. For everything. Goodbye, Nell.
Goodbye.
Uh-huh.
Stop. What are you doing? Nell?
There is another way to end your pain. Once I am gone, you will be free. For my part, I would rather die than lose anyone else.
Nell!
If only I had realized sooner. I could have prevented this. Seeing Nil and my divine dragon again may be too much to hope for. But even so, I will rest well knowing your pain is at an end.
Why would you do this? I deserve this fate, not you. You should have killed me.
I could not bear to lose a second brother. For that is what you are to me, despite it all. Before I go, will you tell me your name?
Do it now?
Lady Nell! No! Please, no!
She's gone.
Kind of melodramatic, but okay.
No last words of reproach. No regret for her own passing. All she wanted was to know my name.
Yeah, you could have said it a bit quicker, mate.
Rafal, sister. My name is Rafal. Rafal. How did I forget myself? Nil asked me to look after his sister. That was his dying wish. But it was not merely his wish. It was also mine. All I wanted, all I really wanted, was to be her other half. When did I forget those feelings? You said this would be the end of my pain, Nell. But it is not. How could it ever be?
I sense something. The Dragonstone pieces. They have a strange energy about them.
That is Sombron's magic. Could it be that he cast a spell on that Dragonstone? To sow the seeds of hatred in the heart of Lord Nil, Rafal. Dragonstones are destroyed by the death of their owner. Lady Nell died to break the spell.
Sombron made it so that you two would fight each other instead of conspiring against him.
Nonsense. You mean to say that it was just some spell? That all should be forgiven?
Ooh. Philosophical dilemmas. Are you accountable for your actions, even if it wasn't entirely your own fault?
Ridiculous! Regardless of Sombron's influence, I am responsible for my own actions. I chose to do what I did. It was what I wanted. I will not allow anyone else to shoulder my blame. Not even Father. I sought power and I attained it. Even now, I have no regrets about that. I only wish that I could have kept the promise I made to Nell. Divine One.
What is it?
I have heard that dragons of great power can impart their life force unto others.
Go on.
Do you suppose that is true?
Yes, my mother did that for me. But it took 1,000 years before I woke up.
Then I will do the same. I will revive Nell. Even if it takes me just as long, I will dwell in this empty world alone, in the hope that she will one day rise. Perhaps that will be a fitting punishment for what I have done. And perhaps, if and when you wake, we may truly become two halves of a whole.
You will. No. You already are.
Is that so?
Rafal, after Nell wakes up, why don't you come live with me in my Elyos?
What?
I have a feeling you'd be able to travel there from here in the Somnio.
Because we paid for you to do so.
It's hard to explain, but I can sense my world right now. It feels closer.
Yes. It would seem that a path to other worlds lies open. Perhaps it is due to the bracelets. I did wish to grant my father's desire, if the conquest of other worlds was part of his plan.
Okay, come over and be a conqueror.
But I believe it is as you said. It should be possible to move between worlds from here.
Then I'll grant you both my protection so you can travel there, when you're ready. The Somniel can't be entered without my blessing as a divine dragon. So come find me. That invitation is open, however long it takes for you to accept it.
Yeah, time is wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
You would make an ally of the one who so recently tried to kill you?
Mm.
If you are asking me here and now, then my answer is certainly no. That said, 1,000 years is a long time. I will say this. If by some miracle, Nell awakens and finds it in her heart to forgive me, then, and only then, will I journey to you.
I understand.
Now, there is nothing more to say. Leave me.
As you wish. I hope to see you again, though.
Lord Rafal,
Yes?
despite all that's happened, I am grateful for the time we shared. I hope that we'll meet as allies again.
Your kindness is wasted on me.
So, Celeste, you want to come? Cleared Fell's Analog 6, 7 bracelets. So, now what?
Here we are, back at Lethos Castle.
It feels as if we've been gone for ages.
So much has happened since I first met Nell and Nil here. The kings and queens, the emblems. They're all gone.
Yes, and Mavier too. What should we do now?
Beats me. Every nation's lost its rulers, and probably their whole populations by now. I guess we could try to rebuild. Or each grab an empty throne and call ourselves rulers.
Over who?
Rulers with no subjects. I fear we have little to do but bide our time until the end.
What if you came with me?
Divine One?
This world is beyond saving. You said it yourselves. There's no one left. I'm just a visitor. I have to go back before long. But if I leave you behind, I can't even be sure how long you'll survive. It would mean throwing yourselves into battle again. But still, I hope you'll consider it.
See, this is interesting because the DLC obviously came after the main story is completed, but it is assuming that you haven't actually finished the story when you do the DLC. Because of this line here, throwing yourselves into battle again doesn't mean anything if Sombron's already gone.
Sounds pretty good to me. Better than twiddling our thumbs to the grave, at least. I say we go. A new world might mean scary new enemies and dangers. But still.
It's an appealing proposal, but I'm not sure. I wonder what Mavier would say. Would he forgive us?
What do you mean?
We are his family, and if we go, he'll be left here all alone. It doesn't seem fair. Why should we be the lucky ones? Why do we deserve this?
Deserve what? To be happy? Madeline, what's the last thing that the big guy, that Mavier, said to you?
He said he wished me the greatest happiness.
There you have it. He'd probably tell you to look forward, not back. Even if it means leaving him behind.
You don't get to speak for him. You didn't know him like I did.
I knew him pretty darn well. We spent a ton of time together. We were practically brothers. Anyway, you gotta admit, he wouldn't want you sulking forever.
I know. Mavier would tell me to go. To try and be happy without him.
Go ahead and cry, Madeline. There hasn't been time to mourn him since it happened.
I'm sorry. You were born into this world, and I'm asking you to put it behind you. But if it makes any difference, I spoke to Rafal. He's planning to come as well, one day. You could wait for him with me.
Divine One, I share Madeline's struggle. It feels wrong to be the only ones going, to leave our Lord and Lady behind.
I understand.
But instead of languishing, we could go to a world where our skills can be of use. And after everything that's happened, I find it difficult to turn down your request. We have been through so much together.
Yes, we have.
I'm inclined to go. Do the two of you feel the same?
Yep.
I agree.
Then from now on, the remaining winds will swear our loyalty to you as your attendants. We will go with you, Divine One.
Cool.
I'm glad. I look forward to spending more time with all of you.
The feeling is mutual. All right. Remember, you two. We have to work hard as the Four Winds, even in another world.
What? We're not calling ourselves the Three Winds now?
You knew the answer before you even asked.
We four are a family, and will always be together. Nothing can change that.
All right, everyone. Let's go. Nell, Rafal, I'll see you again someday.
Thank you, my fellow divine dragon. I pray your future is filled with hope and love. And please, take good care of them for me.
Anime OP ending? Credits? Surprise? Oh, it's actually just a cutscene. There are no credits. That's a bit weird. Okay. Sure, alright. Well, this makes a good opportunity to give my thoughts on the DLC. So, I have to say it's not as good as Cindered Shadows. I mean, that's the closest baseline I have for a DLC for Fire Emblem, because I know there's the DLC paralogs in Awakening and Fates, and I don't know if there's stuff in Shadows of Valencia, but as a self-contained story arc, let's say, that has implications on the main game, yeah, it's just not as good. I think part of the issue is that it feels rushed, and I think I commented on it a while back watching a Nintendo Direct. I was like, oh, the expansion pass for this game has come out really quickly. Like, it was announced in January, and the full expansion pass was out by, like, April or something like that. Like, it really did not take long for the expansion pass to come out in its entirety. And the reason why I feel like it's been rushed is because, and I've kind of said it in the title of the stream, is I don't think they really play tested it. I think they had some interesting ideas of the maps and how to, you know, complete them, the design, the strategicness, the strategy to it, and the objectives to achieve, things like that. Vanda, you didn't turn up on this, why are you here? But, yeah, the fact that Chapter 3 of Hard Classic Mode was just so unbalanced. There were multiple revival stones, multiple reinforcements, multiple different units added to the map. Just felt like it was like, right, we're going to do a normal mode, and we're going to do a maddening mode. Let's tweak the maddening mode down a little bit for hard mode. But I don't think they actually played through it themselves. The other thing as well, the map where Alear is trapped by themselves, like, you're just a lose condition. There is nothing you can do about that other than have a healer with physic. And of course they give you physic staves and you can sit someone there, but I'm not sure what that's supposed to achieve, because the idea is that, you know, you're supposed to go and rescue Nell. Nell's the one who's supposed to actually be in danger because they're fighting Nil. And yeah, that's why you get reinforcements when you attack Nil early, as in it puts Nell in danger. Celestia, Gregory, and Madeline has joined the group. Okay. I guess we wait for
The
Rafal.
weather's so beautiful today. That bright blue sky feels like a good omen.
I could not agree more.
Huh? Nell! Rafal! I didn't expect to see you so soon.
It has been some time, Divine One.
Time passes very differently.
For me, it has been 1,000 years. But Nell has returned, and we have come as promised. My sister and I are at your disposal.
Welcome to you both. It really is a lovely morning.
Hooray! Nell and Rafal has joined the group as well. But yeah, so... And then the other thing is, we understand. I understand that Engage has been not as well received as Three Houses because of the story stuff. The story in this Xenologue kind of sucks. As in, it's... Oh, whoa. Mystic Satchel, Mage Cannon, Magic Blast, Novice Books, Experts Books, Master Seals, Second Seals. Your units can now change to the Enchanter and Mage Cannoneer classes. Change to each of these classes requires a special item. Enchanters consume items and weapons to enhance themselves and their allies, and Mystic Satchel is required to change to this class. Item Surge consumes an item to grant special effects to allies based on the item consumed. Weapon Surge uses a weapon in your inventory to strengthen all weapons of the same name, ally, and enemy alike for the entire battle. Oh, okay, that's nice. And then Mage Cannoneer, pelt foes with artillery shells from long range, and Mage Cannon is required to change to this class. For Mage Cannoneers, attack power scales with dexterity. Their hit rate increases with strength, build, and proximity to target. Okay. Let Fly expends equipped shells to unleash a powerful artillery strike in an area. The attack lands after one turn. The danger radius for Mage Cannoneers has a different appearance than usual. And we got a relay ticket. But yeah, as I was saying, the story in the expansion pass kind of sucks. Like, it's always going to be interesting from a, oh, this is an alternate world, and we see Zephyr as Celestia, and Gregory, and Madeline, and Mauvia, and that's the whole point of it being like, ooh, it's new, it's different. But the whole, like, I'm going to sacrifice myself because you were evil, but not really evil, and I'm gonna, you know, revive you after this sacrifice, so it actually loses all of its meaning, technically, because it was nothing, like, the point was to, break the Dragon Stone, and the Dragon Stone was broken, and, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just, it might be me, it might be that I'm too old for anime stuff now, and yeah, so let's see, are we actually in hard classic mode again? Serenity and Ruin. Yes, I think we are. So, yeah, just kind of sucks. So, let's have a look at who we've got now. Here we go. They are Fell Child, Fell Stone, and Fell Magic Stone. Okay, so they transform into dragons. Stats kind of suck, as expected. Madeline is a general. That's pretty good, actually. 24 strength, 7 speed. Yuck. Sage. Yep, that makes sense. Celestia, Melusine, yeah, probably the best one of the lot, I would imagine. And if we were to change their class, do they get unique classes, actually? Advanced class is Mage Cannon. Oh! Melusine is a special class, and Soul Blade, when attacking with a sword, can use an average of foes' defense and resistance. Okay. Alright, so they are actually an advanced class already. Sage, General, could be Paladin if we wanted to. And you're supposed to be a Fell Dragon? No? When attacked with engage, attack presence... You kind of suck. Like, I've spoken before about how I suck as a Divine Dragon, because swords and fists are awful weapons. Well, not awful, but not as good as they could be. And you got... I suppose if you're using them as a dragon more than anything else, then it could be okay. Slaystone? But, yeah, okay. Effective against cavalry. I don't know, that'll probably take some testing out to see whether they're any good. Celestia will always be useful because she flies. She has swords, she has magic, like, that's really good. Gregory, yep, can use staves. Madeline is good stat-wise, like, compared to Louis. More strength, less defense slightly. A lot less dex, actually. Resistance, yeah, about equal. Speed, yeah. So, I don't know. Would I want to use her? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know. Mage Cannoneers and Enchanters are an interesting one. Well, let's go and have a look at the item shop in Armory. I think I'll probably wrap up the stream following that, because I don't really feel up to doing like a full story map. Because it's nice to bookend the final part of the Fell's analog. In terms of the convoy, do we have... What? 63,000 gold? Are you serious? Why? Why is it that much? A second seal is 1,750. A mage cannon is 63,000. And that's with the 30% off discount. Why is it that much? Okay.
Do come again.
The Mage Cannoneer class must be amazing for that to be the case. So who can actually become it? Right. Strength scales with dexterity. So, in theory, we'd want to have Alchrist? Anyone who's an archer? Well, not anyone who's an archer, but... You also need strength and build, though, as well. Like... 63,000! That's crazy. That's basically, you will never use this class in the game. Ever. Like, at least the weapon stuff is reasonable. But... why? Why is it that much?
Take it.
Okay, well, it's like, pick one person to be a Mage Cannoneer and that'll be it then. Yeah, let's see what Alchrist would be like. If I do that, I lose him as a Tira delete as well. So... yeah, loses movement, loses... There must be someone really specific that is good as a Mage Cannoneer, because this is just a downgrade overall, apart from the fact that you can attack from range. And then the Enchanter class as well. I didn't think about Enchanter. So a combat medic needs knives and fists. I don't suppose Jean has that. Because that was 28,000 or something like it. Right, knives and fists. I guess, who's got knives and fists? Yunaka? Do you have knives and fists? Oh, there are different ones. Right. I don't know who's got knives and fist proficiency. Maybe Clan? I don't think so, though. Yeah, no. These classes have to be really good. Oh, convoy. Okay. A second convoy is amazing, because then you can have someone all over the map and just switch around weapons. Like, that enables warp and rewarp strategies with more than just the main lord. Okay, that makes sense as to why Enchanter's good. But Mage Cannoneer, it must be the fact that you can attack from basically anywhere on the map, because otherwise I don't understand why it's that much. But yeah. So yeah, we're going to be going into, well, the main story again. It's going to be weird getting used to our good units again with actual stats. I'm kind of wondering what the best way to go through the flow of the game is at this point, because if you can't tell, I have been playing this for a long time, and I know there are at least 10 chapters left. Well, 10 including chapter 17, but 26 main story chapters, plus all the power logs for the emblems, and that's for unlocking them to level 20. So in the interests of sort of trying to smooth over the game, the rest of the game, I might end up being like, you know what, I did a bit of grinding off screen, and these guys have all got like maximum stats for their current class, as in like Sword Fighter is now level 20, and you know, level 20 advanced classes, for example. In fact, just before we do that, let's have a look at the world map. So we'll see, but I kind of want to get through the rest of the game, because I've been playing this game for 70 hours now, and yeah, it's like, want to get through it. So, is this the next story map? Yeah, Chapter 17, Floor Report. So, Advanced Class Level 3 is recommended. So I know that I have people that are above Level 3 Advanced Class already, so I'll probably spend some time doing things like get training at the palaces and doing the gold skirmishes for gold and silver for experience and stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, that will wrap it up for today. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the fact that we finally got through the Fell Dragon. It is all done now. If you did and you missed any of it, you can catch us live on Twitch and YouTube. You just type in RiggyRob to Twitch, or to RiggyRob to YouTube, and you'll find us. But the link is in the chat now as well. You can also follow us on Twitter, and that's when we'll post a tweet to say, yep, we're going live today. We try to stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at around about 9 PM UK time. I did start a little bit earlier today, hence why there was sunlight in the background, because you know, usually we stream at night exclusively. But yeah. So we will continue on with Fire Emblem Engage, and as I said, I'll try and speed through it, because before I know it, Elden Ring will be here. In fact, if you're watching this on YouTube, chances are Elden Ring is already out, because of the way that the scheduling of the episodes will go. Even if I tried to cut down the chapters, there would still probably be too many episodes going up before Elden Ring releases. The DLC, that is. So but yeah, that will do it for today. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time.